to you by Bianco Building Supplies, helping to build South Australian football.
Here we go. All right.
Good evening everyone, I'm Nat Adamopoulos and this is Full On Football, the only local TV show that promotes local South Australian football. I'd just like to say at the top of the show, thank you very much to all those people that emailed us and contacted us about our Keepers show last week. We know that you all enjoyed it from the feedback that we got. And just to answer some questions, why we didn't have anyone from Adelaide United. Just to let you know, it's not always easy to get people from Adelaide United because they're committed with their trainings, etc. So, you know, it's not that we don't try, but we can't always get requests put through that we actually ask for. So, but anyway, the people that we had were fantastic and thank you for enjoying the show. Tonight, as usual, we're going to be looking at all three of the FFSA men's leagues, and I was out there filming at the Para Hills White City game, so we're going to be looking at highlights from that. And we're also going to look at the top goal scorers of all three leagues tonight. So just to have a look at what's happening there. Now, to help us do that tonight, we've got two great people with us, and I cannot talk enough about these two people. First of all, we've got from White City, Woodville, in the hot seat. Well, actually, they're both in the hot seat tonight. We'll put them both in the hot seat. From White City, Woodville, we've got Chad Bugeja, and from Talking Football from Coast FM, legend of South Australian football, Donald Campbell, AM OAM. Welcome to Full On Football.
Good evening, Natalie, and thanks to letting us know we're doing it on the cheap. We're not with Adelaide United, but we'll do it for nothing.
Thank you very much, and I do appreciate you both coming on. Now, Chad, or should I call you Rocket?
No, Chad's good.
Chad's
that name's
right.
gone. Yeah.
If that name's gone. Look, your football career, I have to admit that when I think of White City Woodville, I think of both yourself and Chris Trajanovski, the two of you. I mean, you're integral in the format of the team, the structure of the team, and being leaders of the team, I would imagine, because you've been there for that long. I don't know whether a lot of people know that you are born and bred from Broken Hill, and I'm pretty sure that you're the only player from Broken Hill that's actually playing in our league.
Yeah, at the moment there's another young lad playing in under-19s at Croydon, young Marky Haynes.
Okay.
He's looking at getting a run in their first team, finding it hard, but other than that, just myself, yeah.
Fantastic. Now, also, you've also played in Darwin, so when you left Broken Hill, you went to Darwin, you played for Casuarina, was it? Is that right?
Yep.
And fantastic, in the year 2000 you won the Northern Territory Best and Fairest Player. Yeah,
I had a couple of good seasons up there. Fortunate enough to be able to play 3 games a weekend up there, but I enjoyed it more than anything. It was a little less than what I expected quality-wise, but that just brought more enjoyment for me, and we were fortunate enough to take out a lot of titles, and yeah, again, top scorer for myself and best and fairest for the club as well, so very happy with the time I spent up there.
Fantastic. Now, from there you went on to Adelaide United. Well, you came over to White City Woodville. You had such a great season that you caught the attention of the people from Adelaide United and you went over there, but I mean, you had high expectations there and great goals that you set for yourself, but things didn't quite pan out the way that you wanted them to, did they?
Yeah, unfortunately it didn't. You know, I don't feel that it was my game that let me down. Maybe people involved at the club, who knows. There's a lot of different excuses people have. You know, maybe you're not given a decent run, or you're not scoring goals, but again, you get the opportunity to begin with. You've got to prove you're good enough to play at that level, and if you don't, then see you later, I guess. Yeah,
well, that's exactly what they said to you, see you later. But you came back to White City Woodville and you haven't looked back, because you're, as I said, you are a leader there. You are a person who's well respected, and we love watching you play, something that we've only just been able to see you get back in because you have been injured. So that must have been very hard for you, getting through that injury to be able to come back.
Yeah, I've only had one other serious injury previously that's kept me out, so I've been out for 3 months, just come back last week. It's been tough sitting on the sides watching the guys, but now it's just time to look forward and get the head down and train hard, and you know, top 5 spots there to be taken, and we want it.
Yeah, we have to work hard. Now, Donald, I mean, you'd have to agree that having someone like Chad within the team is fantastic for all those around him.
Well, there's no doubt, but Chad never really got a good run at Adelaide United. Whether it's because he's only got one leg or not, I'm not quite sure. But he's promised me this season he's going to use his right foot a lot more. Now, Chad's an outstanding young South Australian player, and the club he played for up in Darwin as well is Casuarina. I've been up there a number of times, and it's a very, very big club by Darwin standards, and they get good crowds at the game. And Chad, and you enjoyed your spell up there?
Yeah, again, the guys that I played with, they were very welcoming when I first got there. Took a couple of games to sort of get the feel for the team and start scoring goals, but once I started, you know, the guys took me on board up there quite well, and we didn't really look back, scored plenty of goals, and to be honest, no one really came close to us while I spent the 2 years up there.
But Chad, just looking at your own career, and I think Natalie's covered it quite comprehensively, but you have been a bit injury prone when you were with Adelaide United, and also this season you've just mentioned you've missed 3 months. How frustrating is it for a professional player to miss 3 months of the year, considering there's only 20 odd games in a league season?
Drove me nuts. That's all I can say. Having that period of time, being told it was going to be a 4-week to 6-week injury, to then, you know, being told, not so much being told, but not being able to get out there and perform on the training pitch to, you know, the 100% you want to, really made it even more frustrating that it took so long to come back. But, you know, these injuries happen. Unfortunately, the couple of injuries that I had have kept me out at really bad times. Again, the first injury I had with my left driver was at when I first started at Adelaide United. Then I actually had a bulging disc at our first, I think it was the quarter-final, semi-final, when I was at Adelaide United. The day before the game, last bit of training, and yeah, the back went. And then to be told after the game that we'd unfortunately lost, because John Cosmina came up and said, yeah, you were going to get a run, we really could have used you out there. It was a bit of a shock, because I didn't really hear a lot of that sort of enthusiasm from him throughout the year. And then to hear it when you don't want to hear it puts a damper on things. But, you know, to get injuries like that, there's not a lot you can do about it except get over the injury and again look forward.
Chad, the club's had a bit of a resurgence under Adrian Santrack. What has Adrian done to bring life back into the club? Because White City, as we know, has been one of the best clubs here in South Australia for many, many years, but they've got off to a horrible start this season, but now they're starting to pick up points and they're looking quite good for the top 5. Forgetting about last Saturday's result against Para Hills, the team's going pretty well.
Yeah, the start of the season was an absolute shocker, I have to admit that, but yeah, once Adrian came in, the whole feeling at the club changed. It was a lot more relaxed. Even Adrian himself is a very relaxed guy, likes to get involved with the guys, and you know, he doesn't really confine you to certain areas and certain amount of touches in the games that we do at training. Very game orientated at training, which not only myself but everyone in the team absolutely love it. There's nothing better than going to training and playing games. We all train hard, and I feel that, you know, because of the way he's come across to the players and the way he sets his training sessions up, has just relaxed the players, and we're actually enjoying it a lot more now than we have in the past. No disrespect to Zoran, great coach. Unfortunately, his way didn't work with us. fortunately, Adrian's come along and really changed things up. And you know, again, everyone in the team is enjoying training. There's no one that, you know, finishes training and sort of thinks, well, that was a bit boring, or, you know, what was the point of that? Everything has a purpose, and yeah, again, everyone loves to go to training.
Now, I want to talk about, you had quite a number of new players in this year, and they're actually performing brilliantly. But before we do that, we've got some footage later on that we're going to look at. We will talk about that during the footage. I thought we'll just look at the results for round 13 for the Super League first, and if we could do that, some interesting results.